sweater, and I got Pinky here with me. Pinky is here in her Christmas tree vest. She's wearing her Walter Mercado Christmas tree outfit. Because next week we're not going to be gathering for Christmas. We would be falling on Christmas Eve, our Thursday night open mic. So we're not going to do next Thursday, but I would like to announce that we will be doing a New Year's open mic. So New Year's Eve falls on Thursday. I'm going to start 11 p.m. Here in New York time in New York City. We'll go from 11 to 1. We'll get to spend it together. And, I don't know that it'll be so much like an open mic. We'll see how we structure it, but we'll definitely be able to bring in 2021 together since we've gone through so much together as a community online since this whole pandemic began. The New Eurekan Poets Cafe online open mic with all of you has been absolute therapy for me, and I know for so many of you as well. And I just love you guys. So why not bring in 2021 together? What do you think, Pinky? Let me let her down. Let me let her down. So, yes, welcome to the New Eurekan Poets Cafe open mic. We have 25 people on our list to recite tonight, and I'm just going to enter that into the chat. I've been inviting people into the chat room. So, like, if you are not on the open mic list, but you are in the room with us, put your hands up. Let me see you. Let me know you're in the chat. Yes, yes, yes. Woohoo! I also would like to take this opportunity to bring you some important information because of COVID and what's happening. This information, I'm proud to bring it to you because it's really important to get tested and to know whether you have COVID, whether you don't have it, and that if you do have it, that you could find a safe place to quarantine so that you don't infect anybody else. It's a delicate time. So many people are passing away. So the New York City Test and Trace Corps is doing this testing for you. It's free, confidential, and if you get tested positively, they help you quarantine safely. You can visit www.nyc.gov and all the information is there, or you can call 212 COVID-19 to get all that information as well, or you could follow them at NYC Health System on Instagram. I am La Bruja, your host, and I am proud to give you that information. I want us all to be safe so that next year, hopefully, we won't be dealing with this pandemic at all and we can all gather together in person. Can you imagine the day we can all get together at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe to recite poetry? I am so looking forward to that time with all of you. So, here we are. It's Thursday night. I'm feeling festive, and I am just so excited to hear all your poetry tonight. It's all styles welcome, comedy, monologues, poetry, of course, music. I'm giving you 4 minutes to do your thing. 5 minutes is stretching it. Try to use that last minute to plug whatever it is that you've got going on. And if you're not following me, you should be at La Bruja NYC. If you want to get any of my merchandise, I have like my Bruja masks, and I got all these like stickers and good fun stuff. And then, of course, I have my Bruja Cocotazo Coquito cornbread and cookies for, those that love trees for sure. Holler at me. My Venmo, La Bruja NYC is the same, so that you can just be cozy and bright. So you got your things to do tonight. Thank you to our sponsors. If you want to donate to the New Eurekan Poets Cafe, go to neweurekan.org/contribute. Every contribution is so appreciated so that we can continue what it is that we are doing. All right. So first up, we have DG Clearing, followed by Nick Paleologos. So let's unmute DG.
Good evening, La Bruja. So nice to see you and all the pandemic poets and performers tonight. It is so good to be here. It's so good to have everybody watching tonight. I appreciate it. I have two poems for you tonight. They are about winter, a time of magical celebration and a time of solitude and remembrance. This is Winter's Dance. The dirt and stains will soon be gone. The snowflakes have begun their winter dance. Like downy feathers floating in the air, crystals of imagination fill the sky. A new snow has begun. In the silence, all will be bound in white. What was will be gone. Only outlines can be seen. Statues of plaster cast the forest. Masks are the shields of this season. Everything is covered as the snow mounts. Sounds are deadened on the ground. The crack of a limb echoes like a gunshot. It falls from the weight it carries. Submerged in powder, it is forgotten. Arctic winds sing to the heavens, calling the packs of the tempest. North, south, east, and west, they will run the skies in blindness, pillaging life and breath. Parting skies stop the winter's dance. Drifts have covered the pass. The whiteness radiates with prism colors. As the sun emerges, a new snow has come. Thank you. Appreciate it. My second poem this evening is called Impressions. Impressions. The path I walk is on my own. The snow is deep, and each step I take, tracks of impressions are left. They are covered quickly as the wind blows hard with sharp and jagged howls. Crystals falling from the sky are hurled at me, cutting at my cheeks. My exposed skin cracks from the assault. Where I have been must be remembered. Where I am going must not be forgotten. I will make my own shelter to protect me from the storm. The kindling in my heart will keep me warm. When it passes, the steps I take will guide me home. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.
Woo! DG Clearing. Wow, you really got me jingling over here.
Oh, good. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, with the winter now more than ever, communities in America need food. Please, for this holiday season, reach out into your heart and give to Feeding America. Help all those in need. Go to Feeding America and donate anything you can, please. Make everybody's holiday a little bit better. Thank you, everybody. I look forward to hearing all the incredible poets and performers tonight. Happy holidays to everybody that I don't see. Be safe.
Thank you.
Bruja.
Thank you. DG Clearing always is bringing great information too, so conscious and so caring. Thank you for all of that and for the beautiful poetry. And it felt winter wonderlandy, and I'm just so glad. That was a great way to open. So let's continue with the flow. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome up Nick Paleologos.
There I go. I can unmute myself. What's up, La Bruja? Everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. And yes, about the testing, yes, everyone needs to take it seriously. Like, one of my family members passed away recently. And what happened was that there was a huge congregation and everything. And someone had COVID and everything. And they didn't get themselves tested. And now my mom's godfather has COVID. And he might not make it to the weekend, man. So it's serious, guys. Take it seriously. It's sad, but it's.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Nick. It is serious. It
is serious.
Seriously, yes.
Definitely is. But I got new shit for you guys. Got 2 new shits for you guys. So
new shit.
So I used to work in music for a while, and I would go around helping my friend's band out. Actually, the shirt that I'm rocking today, this band right here, I would help them out. We would go throughout New York City, New Jersey, Even hit Connecticut up for a little bit, and then the pandemic hit, and then venues closed. So this is first piece is called "Hear This." The doors are closed. The tickets have been shredded. The booze from the taps dried up. The amps broken. The drums without a beat. The mic just static. The venues have been shut down, and the music has been silenced, at least from a venue's perspective. The music never quelled. It's available everywhere from phones to laptops to even SoundCloud and Bandcamp. Music saves dying souls. Music beats your body back to being human. Whether renowned like Wu-Tang or The Who, or local artists like the Angry Pirates or Envoy Blue. You should show them respect. Music saves lives. Support your local artists. And this one's a little bit more lighter right here. This one's called Your Body is Always in Tune with the Melody. I think it's safe to say that being surrounded by musicians, whether it's observing or playing, that I can keep my body right and even help you. This is what music can do for you that has helped me quell that proverbial voice. 1. Music provides air to your lungs for you to belch, scream, or sing the lyrics. 2. As long as your heart beats, you'll always be drumming along. 3. Your fingers are the guitar strings, guiding and placing chords into your actions. 4. As long as you can listen, you can hear each vibration of the melody. 5. The bass line will make your head bop and your body to dance. 6. Your stomach digests the moments that you were most alive. 7. Your kidneys filter out the awful feelings when listening. 8. Your tongue can taste the PBN jam sessions. 9. Your mind ensnares songs dancing in your head for what feels like centuries is only a few minutes. And 10. Ultimately, your body is a temple that plays hymns of harmony, songs of sorrow, and ballads of beauty. What types of music you choose is up to you. Make sure that is what you want to hear, for that moment makes a million more. As long as you remember these and allow them to nurture, your body will be in tune with your true colors, and hopefully serene nature. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, Nick. That was dope. 2 new shits and both were fire. And music is so important, my God. Like, not only, I feel like I love poetry because poetry can become music, or sometimes, the other way around. I actually recently did my own music video. It's called Every Day Feels Like Dia de Muertos, and it's dedicated to everyone that's been in mourning. Yeah, you could check it out on YouTube. I put it into the chat right there. Every day feels like Dia de los Muertos, and I used puppets in it, and there's this little bird scene that I captured in Mexico, and I edited it myself because I want children to be able to understand how to mourn in a healthy way, and that it's okay to sit with those feelings of grief, because loss is just so unthinkable, especially at that age, at any age, but especially as children. So my condolences to you, Musa. In the chat, you said you lost your dad. You asked if I'm only going up to number 25. We always go up to number 25 unless there's just a few, if there's a few absences and we don't go too far after 11, I maybe be able to get some from the waiting list, but we will definitely see. And again, my condolences to you. And it's beautiful to see you with your baby. Many blessings. And all of you, I see all of you. I see Greg. I see Matthew. Matthew's going to get up on there. Ron is in the building. We already heard from DG. Oh, he put on his reindeer. Yo, DG don't play. And it matches. That's dapper shit, bro. That is dapper shit. Well, Nick, thank you so much. Much love to you. And my condolences again to you. This is serious. This is so serious. That's why we need to really embrace every moment that we have. I know that last week Joski C had a loss, and I'm so glad he's with us tonight. So let's keep it going. Let's see what Lila, all the way from I believe Hungary is bringing to the table. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lila. Let me know what's good.
It's correct, and I've got new shit too. It's
Ooh!
so new. It's so new that it's about 3 hours old. So
Oh, it's still piping warm all the way in Hungary. Ladies and gentlemen, show some love for Lila.
okay. Ain't nobody telling me that I must clean my room. Ain't nobody telling me I can't hang all night on Zoom. Ain't nobody telling me that I gotta change my ways. I'm not averse to hustle, just don't be lying to my face. Ain't nobody telling me that I can't go out tonight. Ain't nobody telling me that this bullshit is right. When I was when I was much dumber and 100 pounds lighter, Mom had her lucky moment, for I wasn't yet a fighter. Her tools were wooden spoons and hungry days. Her aim was to keep me broken and amazed. I'm not telling you all this to make you cry. It's just one example of the how and why your fellow men are frightened like a deer on the road. Their handlers act just like that narcissistic broad. Ain't nobody telling me it's for my own good. We are being played, it's understood. If it pleases the crown, may I live my life. If it pleases the crown, may I love my wife. If it pleases the crown, go fuck yourselves. Merry Christmas from the peasants who stocked your shelves. If you have to ask if you can, are you really free? Why not stand up and say, come on and stop me? So you bravely submit for the greater good. Next thing you know, they fucked your livelihood. Do I really have to tell you what you already know? Can't you feel that the tree is thirsty, bro? When the bitch declared I was under curfew, I snuck out through the back door, and so could you, because free men don't ask for permission. And I've got some old shit as well. It's called Patience. So she sits there, sharpening her scythe in the scorching artificial summer, with hair sparkling like untrodden virgin snow, and looks at me, half teasing, half sad. But she's not really in this room, I know. The lush white lips are just a nagging thought, and the metallic sound is just a hope of her clock ticking fast enough for me. Sick metaphors of a depraved mind, a rotten twig on the Darwinian tree. Still, she sits there, sharpening her scythe, and pensively staring into me, and milky eyes like pristinely cleaned bones, and knows that my skin is aching for her touch. But if I reach out to her and fail, then we will be ripped from each other for another pile of years that taste like ash, and who knows, they might even change my mind, turning me forcibly into someone else. She knows all that and the things we need first, but hangs around anyway, all pretty and sighing with me in every wishful breath. How much longer, my beloved darling death?
Ooh, Lila. Lila be going in all the way from Hungary. The first one she spit was straight bars. The next one was super dark. But it's dark over there, right? Was it like 3 a.m. over there in Hungary? She ain't playing games. She ain't playing games. She's breaking night for this. Cause this is what we do. We live for this. We breathe this. Poetry is life. Thank you so much, Lila. But realness. Lila don't play no games. All right, let's keep it going, keep it flowing. Let's see what's good with Philip J. Curtis, aka Midnight. Mr. Midnight, let's ask
Oh,
unmute.
there it goes.
Hey,
Brew, how you doing?
I'm good. Oh, are you Met fanning hard today?
Nah, this one is legit. This doesn't leave the house. This is the Mets on this side and the Yankees on that side.
Oh, I love it. That's
Yeah.
dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
And where's Advocate? He don't see this hat. This is so great.
Is Advocate here?
I don't know. Advocate, if you're in the building, step up because he's got the most PC New York City.
I see him. I see him.
Oh,
I didn't think Advocate wanted his heat. He came back for the heat, but we good. He started something. 3 haikus and a poem.
get it.
Afternoon baseball. Yanks lose. Words thinks to himself, should have watched the Mets. Me, diehard Mets fan. Advocate loves the Yankees. Spends time with his son. Respect for you, bro. Respect. All in fun, but respect. Miguel paved the way. Watch how you live your today. Future ancestors. Let's make this Christmas different. If you ask me, it needs to be in the midst of pandemic quarantine, a different type of holiday. Since some families are simply without $1, ensnared, spending next year's monies on this year's gifts. That's why she decided that we stay away from the bustle of people in search of a perfect gift, still appreciating in thought and mind that pa-rum-pa-pum-pum or whatever Christmas song that you miss. She asked that we make and exchange our wish list, handed me a paper and it read this: hang all the mistletoe. I'm gonna get to know you better. With map to bedroom in which I was invited, she invited me to enter. Be sure to follow the rules. Open the door no later than 8 p.m. I came prepared. Flowers in hand, red shirt, elf hat, polka dot square. Proceeded to whisper the sweet things she wanted me to hear. Proposition to light her bright lights to ecstasy, letting her internal jingle bells ring. We surrendered to each other. Fantasies initiated deeper desires. The wandering movements of my hand under lace bra, unclipped to undress. This is our naughty or nice. The beauty of you smiling back at me. Feel the smooth glide of my hands as they slip slide, tracing your inner thighs. I can sense anticipation in your eyes, searching for moisture and sound, moans made that set our pace. The pleasure of what we're experiencing shone on our satisfying eyes. I enjoyed the sweet taste of her peppermint candies, a gift that was once wrapped tight until I was able to tongue tie her clitoris. Because this holiday, this one needs to be different in the midst of COVID-19 and quarantine. So ride my sleigh as we play reindeer games, sliding in and out of you at angelic angles. You can hear heels against the headboard as if I just landed upon the roof. Destined to deck all your walls with bowls of holly, love making and making love. Our good times start and end, but at 10 p.m., we'd fall in bed and back in love again. Boobs, nuts bouncing freely as you request our simultaneous arrival. You bellowing out emphatically, oh yes, yes, yes. Satisfaction in each other's eyes. To all a good night, and the 6 o'clock alarm never rings.
Ooh, ooh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh ho ho. Oh. You hear that, all you ho ho hos? That's how we bringing in Christmas
And the New Year.
and the New Year. Yo, I love it. Boobs and nuts just all over the place. I'm with it.
All over the place.
All
Bang,
over.
bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang. Thank you so much for those
Thank you back.
for those chestnuts roasting on this open fire here tonight. Thank you, Midnight. That was ever so pleasant. And romantic and sexy, and I love it. One more time. Boom, 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 snap, snap, snap for all of that. And now we're gonna move on to Nelson Perez. Let's go, let's go.
Hello.
Hi there.
I've got some new shit too.
New shit.
Okay, just trigger warning. It's about my family, so it can get a little dark. Just wanted to let everyone know beforehand.
Okay.
It's called Prion Ballad. My grandma never let my mother forget that to birth her, she had to survive a wine bottle to the forehead, a dozen cigarette burns on her arms, and a rape at Tamanika Beach while she was passed out on some roofied liquor. My grandma chose specific moments to remind my mother, like when she made her feed the chickens while the '86 earthquake shattered the ground beneath them, and when she spanked her the first time her uterine lining burst out of her body, and when she begged a man 10 years older than my mother to take her wherever, just take her. My mother never let my sister forget that to birth her, she had to suppress her sapphic fury, to lie beneath a man who passed on cardiovascular disease to her offspring, a man she sometimes loved as a friend, whom she couldn't divorce because it'd fuck up their tax returns. My mother reminded my sister until she couldn't eat for 5 years, or leave the house, or smell my mother's breath for Bud Light every time she stepped into the house, or stop scribbling "I want to kill myself" into our Suffolk County black mold walls. My mom liked her then, because my sister was too depressed to fend for herself, and too young to pick up a bottle of vodka and whisper all her secrets to it, as if it were some tantalizing riverside cobblestone. That's when my mother stopped liking me. When she found out I had boyfriends and tricks and a garter belt and a flask of whiskey stowed away in some funny-looking Bible, because she couldn't fathom that I lived my life the way my troubled neurons forced me to, and not like she did, trapped in chat rooms with other women who prayed to their homophobic god after sexting one another. My sister started to eat, eventually, and leave the house, and flirt with older men who paid for her eyeshadow kits, until my mom didn't like her, because my mom couldn't fathom that my sister hadn't been molested by a group of men on the evening bus, or sat on the lap of a creepy uncle by another pervert uncle. My mom wanted my sister to suffer in all the ways she did, because trauma was like mad cow disease, or Creutzfeldt Jacob, or Kuru in the jungles of Papua New Guinea. It traveled through generations of family, like a twisted ritual, like prions distorting and misfolding precious brain matter that ate away at bone mass and heart tissue, and every little burst of happiness to infect the bloodstream with the suffering of ancestor lineage, to justify the bitterness of pain, to create solidarity out of madness, to continue the assembly line of utter hopelessness in my sister's daughters and their daughters too. I could see it take hold of my sister because she cried in my arms and said that a pervasive vindictiveness was eating at her like maggots on a bloated carcass. So she wanted to forget and never remind herself again, just like I wanted to.
Yo, that was heavy, like the snow that fell and got packed and just like stayed. That was just like, wow. Thank you for your gift, your honesty. It's like a Frida Kahlo poem with words. It's just, right? It's so real and like painful, but beautiful at the same time. It's just, thank you so much, Nelson, for sharing that.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are so gifted. Yes, and you keep that garter belt, honey. You do that shit. Boo. Okay. All right, now let's go and listen to the poetic stylings of Marissa Prada. Yeah.
What is up, everybody? Happy Thursday night!
Woohoo!
Oh man, I'm so glad to be here. I'm so glad you all are here. Thank you so much. I'm very new to this forum, right? And Midnight opened up some erotica this evening. And so I'm kind of wondering, like, how does everyone feel about erotica? Because I have salty humor, serious, or raunchy erotica.
Yo,
It's
how we gonna choose? We gotta choose.
It's not nice though. It's like it's perfect for Christmas, but I don't know.
Early. If you want raunchy, put your thumbs up out there. Really want that raunchy? I see nasty. I see.
Love it.
We don't get enough raunchy, Marissa.
Okay, so this is some new shit. I wrote this yesterday, and it's just in time for the holidays. Now, I want to preface this by saying, I don't want any of you to think less or more of me. Okay, here we go. Dear Santa, figments of fuckery dance in my head. Maybe it's time for someone a little bit younger. Maybe a ho, ho, ho. For when I sat on your knee, I felt this need to just sit on your merry face instead. Crinkle your Kris Kringles and fuck all of the fucks out of you. I want to jingle your bells, play with your wedding tackle like a cat. This pussy knows pleasure. Get those holly jollies in, little drummer boy. It's not gonna be a blue balls Christmas for you this year. I've got the suck power to put the red light back on in your home. Regulate you like Warren G and Nate Dogg. Write my name and come with your cock. It's beginning to look a lot like a white coming Christmas. For this girl is dreaming of coming, all ye faithful. Can't wait to see your cock wrapped up with a bow. Here comes Santa Claus down the chimney of my throat, rocking the rug burns on my knees, choo-choo, training around my Christmas tree. I wish you a Merry Christmas, St. Nicholas. For in your nutbag baby is my hand candy cane to spank my naughty list ass. Just jack your stack into my stocking with care, magic man. For Santa baby, it's fucking cold outside, but warm and wet inside. So let's run towards the rubbin' and rupture one hell of a nut cracker. Scream joy to the world until my pussy is as red as Rudolph's nose, leading you deep into the night sky, screaming in exultation. Those angels be singing, for you are finally getting fucking laid. At this point, they'd trade halos for hand jobs. I'd rip off that huge belt, ride that sleigh all the way to your North Pole, grab your mess of white and squeeze it between my legs, your beard right up my ass, ride your North Pole till we see them northern lights. Grab me, Santa baby, by the ass, by the hair, by these cheeks so rosy and ready. Let's make some bastard Santa babies. Make me come till the milk squirts out of these titties. You can swallow my milk and cookies. And just in case Mrs. Claus is not okay with it, I'm totally okay with the elves joining us. The more the Merry Christmas year, because we all know that reindeer games equal back pain. I am your present. Unwrap this red ribbon across my nipples, my skin already crying for you like the dripping from my pussy, already a puddle on the ground. I want your hooded warrior dick for Christmas. Pound the shit out of me, top, bottom, front, behind. Suck me up, light me up like this Christmas tree. But before we go, and you put that finger to your nose, I will give you a wink. 'Twas the night before Christmas when I lost my virginity. Y'all wanted raunchy, so there you go.
Wow, Jack, and bring it back. I love it. My jingle bells are ringing. Oh my goodness. I will be that voyeur elf like.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Thank you, Marissa. I loved it. Everybody loved it too. That was so great. Some people were like, hey, if it weren't for raunchiness, we wouldn't be here. That's amazing. It's turned into a ho, ho, ho erotica pre-Christmas extravaganza. I am really so excited to see this transition because our next poet, you know, he's like our professor and he's just so full of wisdom. And I'm just so curious as how Teso Somok is going to take over from this point on. Bring him on. Teso Somok.
I know, this is so cruel. I can't follow, you know, AKA midnights of flying objects and ornaments that need a tree and candy cane butt slapping. I
Oh.
cannot.
I love what you retained. That was amazing. That was.
Yeah, well, All righty. So let's see if we can change the mood. Sorry. This piece is titled Solastalgia. It has to be more than a neologism, more than an emotional and existential distress. It has to be more than lived experience, more than the negatively perceived environmental change. It has to be more than the fog of mourning, more than what is intransitively already lost. It has to be more than the homesickness of post-traumatic stress, more than the anxiety, what is to be lost, a kind of pre-traumatic stress. It has to be more than the volcanic eruptions, more than the destructive strip mining. It has to be more than the quotidian homesickness, more than the distress caused by social change. Beyond the persistent droughts of rural New South Wales, beyond the impact of large-scale open-cut wounds of coal mining in the Upper Hunter Valley, beyond the loss of the once predictable environment in BIPOC communities, beyond the interaction of society and community, social political ways, the experience of community and its loss of power over its well-being, the potent impotency, beyond BIPOC communities grounded in livelihoods tied to the earth and the weather, agrarians, fisher folk, and gatherers. But the higher income communities can quickly rebuild their homes after the destruction from a wildfire. Wealth can shield you from that anxiety. But wealth prevents your community from mountaintop removal, the toxic battery plant next to your golf course. The political power that wealth buys is preventive. The lingering influence of interpersonal violence, community conflict, family structures, economic status will determine the mental health and well-being in your community. The chain of causation will show its slippage with psychosocial distress of emergency workers and first responders due to the social community deterioration, putting them in post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, and panic. But we must move beyond the historical traumas, the intergenerational traumas, and persistent external and self-inflicted stresses of social, economical institutions, judicial, and interpersonal. We must move beyond the stress of prolonged exposure to physically, mentally, and spiritually oppression. We must not suffer these epigenetic changes to our progeny and lineage, these ghosts haunting future generations who are not sure why these afflictions are affecting them in known and unknown ways. Ultimately, we are 8% originated from viruses, more bacterial cells than human cells, mycelial and evolutionary. And finally, our quorum sensing can be triggered by geosmin, the order of the earth, at 5 parts per trillion.
Tesosomok. Thank you for that poem. When did you write that?
Just before this.
That was new fire shit right there too. Truth. And like the pendulum swings, it's like, we find our things to make light of and but then we also have to remember just all the suffering and all the truth. So thank you so much, because that was deep.
Thank you.
Into the world horizon. Damn, it was good. People are clapping and snapping at the very same time. Tesosomok, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, sir. So now let's hear what my homie from the Boogie Down Bronx is bringing to the open mic tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, show some love for Roz.
Hey everyone, I haven't been on a Thursday night in forever. I'm so glad to be here with you guys. I haven't been writing new shit, but I'm gonna give you some of my old shit. It's called The Attic of My Heart. I've come to realize that emotional hoarding is a thing that we do. It's almost as if it's embedded in our DNA. To unlearn limiting beliefs is a battle day by day. But my life goal is to break that godforsaken cycle, to tell our stories without taking on the weight of the boxes people have sealed shut and threw into the ocean with our last name written across them in large bold letters. The knots on my shoulders are rock hard, and I promised myself to release the tension so that I can feel better, but instantly I feel partially guilty for not storing those boxes for the sake of preserving our history. And before I know it, I have my own boxes filling up faster than I can unpack them. They're piling up, and my impulsivity will not let me pretend that I don't care. That they're there, hoarder of emotions, must let them go. But they're proof of life experiences, row by row. I choose to call them treasure chests, though, and after all, it's all about the wording, right? What liar came up with the saying, out of sight, out of mind? Sometimes I go into what I like to call the attic of my heart, and I take a look at the neatly packed treasure chests. They read childhood, love, school, writing, first heartbreak, fears, diagnosis, accolades. Those are the heaviest bunch. Trauma, fears, volumes 1 through 3. Store the repetitious ones all the way in the back and call it spring cleaning. No wonder I'm claustrophobic. No wonder I need more than just elbow space from the next person every time. Cutting people off at the first sight of conflict. I've carried so much family baggage. I'm surprised to be comprised of hope and compassion. Disposing of anything or anyone trying to box me in. That's why I thrive at anything that makes me feel free. Because there's something so raw about being me, but I will not lie. I've dived into the ocean plenty of times to salvage boxes that weren't mine, forgetting one thing: I cannot swim. But somehow I've saved a few labeled mom, secrets, healing, lies. The one labeled dad broke open in the sea and is now missing more than half of the contents inside. When all else fails, in the attic I hide, going through my treasure chests. Sometimes out of nostalgia, other times to clean up my mess. Sometimes out of licking my wounds, trying to make sense of it all. We rise and we fall, but who can I call when I want to start fresh and get rid of those anchoring treasure chests? End poem.
What? Boom, 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 boom. The attic of her heart. That was crazy and so amazing. Rosalind Diaz, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Girl, you already know. Oh my God, you put into words just so much of our emotions. I remember the last line for the Thanksgiving was like, you couldn't eat because there was too many elephants in the room. That was,
Yeah.
now you took it to just a whole other level.
Yeah.
Oh,
Family.
woo! Wow, so much that you just unraveled there, and I pictured all the books of your, childhood and fears and all of that, volume 1 through 3. That was brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you,
Mwah.
guys. I
Rob,
love you guys so much.
doing it big, breaking down the emotions, and it's just so important what this is, these poems and these expressions, breaking it all down and sitting with it, unraveling it, understanding it, and healing. It's just so powerful. So
Yep.
follow Rosalind, let them know through those big brown eyes, let them know.
Yep, through her big brown eyes on IG. I'll put it on the chat and through herbigbrownyes.com as well. Thank you guys so much for the platform. I love you all so much.
Yes. And you heard it straight from through her big brown eyes. So you could see the world through her big brown eyes. It's just so beautiful. I love it. Okay. And now the man who makes his own menorahs. Let's bring in Generalissimo Brian Franco.
Always a couple times to hit that unmute button to make it work. Thank you, La Bruja. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah to you.
Of course, I always have to gift you with a little haiku in the beginning. So bear with me for a second. It's called Coconut Milk Makes It Better. Why basic cream and coffee when coconut milk is a flavor bomb? The next poem is brand new. I did it for a 5-word poetry challenge in an Irish open mic where you did 5 words. They gave us 5 words. The words were water, vinyl, spade, fuchsia, and blizzard. It had to be a poem of 10 lines or less. It's called One More Reason Charlotte Regretted Not Having Daughters. Charlotte's children built a snowman while she cooked her famous white chocolate pineapple snow day flapjacks. As the kids smothered maple, cardamom, coconut cream on the jacks, she noticed a band of fuchsia on the snowman. She layered up in long johns, polar fleece sweats, ski socks, and vinyl knee-high snow boots. Charlotte tromped through post-blizzard snow to discover her $250 designer cashmere scarf on the snowman. The water damage was irreparable, according to the dry cleaner. After the snow melted, she handed her eldest son a spade to dig a grave. She had her youngest son play taps on a kazoo while the middle son read The Lord is My Shepherd in its entirety. The cashmere scarf was buried in a Havanista cedar cigar box coffin. For posterity, her husband videotaped the only funeral for a scarf in history. During the ceremony, Charlotte drank from a goblet filled with farm fresh apple cider she secretly wished was rum. The next piece I just found out is going to be published in a literary journal called Down in the Dirt. It's called Why I Am Certifiably Defective. Some people have accused me of being a communist when it comes to cheese. I am anti-American cheese. 100%. I 100% believe that McDonald's can afford to offer cheddar or provolone on all cheeseburgers and ditch the overprocessed crapiolas without raising prices. Also, when it comes to Cheese Whiz, I am okay with the delivery method, but I am wary of any cheese that does not have to be refrigerated and legally has to be spelled with a Z. I will admit, though, there is something to be said for a good old-fashioned grilled American cheese sando on fortified bleach wheat, preservative-laden white bread with a bowl of Campbell's condensed tomato soup, lacking any chunky pieces of tomato or basil or oregano, a summer camp nostalgia meal that makes me a giddy foodie. I could write an extremely long dissertation on the horribility of condensed soups that might possibly win me a Pulitzer after a bidding war for media rights between the New York Times, Washington Post, and Bon Appetit. But the only PhD offered in ranting and raving from Notre Dame University requires all students in the program to subsist on communion wafers as their sole carb source for its duration. That rule offends me as a Jew, and they won't let me substitute matzah for the wafers, which is their right as a religious educational institution. After being denied this incredible learning opportunity, I tried to defect to Russia, was denied entry, but received a lovely handwritten consolation letter from Vladimir Putin himself. My dearest Mr. Franco, while we appreciate your position on fast food cheeseburgers, your very public opinion on old-fashioned grilled American cheese sandwiches disqualifies you for citizenship to Mother Russia. With sincerity and sadness as a fan of your most clever poetry, because dictatorial despots can be poetry lovers too, the future modern-day Tsar of the all-supreme Russian Empire, the Vladman Putin. P.S. Is the Vladman thing a bit too much? I think it makes me sound hipper with the young folk. BTW, if you had been accepted for defection, you would have been the first American-born Jewish poet laureate in Russian history. Dos vidanya. Less than a week later, I received a letter kicking me out of the Communist Party of the United States of America. Gracias, everyone.
The Iron Chef of Poetry, ladies and gentlemen, Generalissimo Brian Franco. Wow, you get so culinary and then so Russian at the same time. It just, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It's just so great. Thank you so much. And he made his own menorah back there. That's his own design. And of course, you make me think of my Mother Russia jokes because, you know, Russians are just so tough. In old Mother Russia, instead of recycle, they eat can. You Americans are weak. That's all I got to say. All right. So now let's go with Luis Pavon.
Hey, La Bruja, how are you?
I'm well. How are you, Luis?
So tonight. I'm wearing my happy sweater on, so.
Oh, good.
I'm feeling the vibes. You know, it's good to see everybody.
It's good to see you. You're in Florida, right?
No, in Albany.
Albany. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, upstate where the snow runs high.
How many feet did you get?
We got 24 inches.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Well, the sweater looks lovely. You're definitely dressed for the occasion. And I hope that this unleashing of your poetry, this purge will make you feel better by the end. Let us have it. Ladies and gentlemen, Luis Pavon.
All right.
Oh, Oops, I messed up. Unmute yourself. I muted you instead of me.
Hey.
Hey, sorry. Okay, bye-bye.
So I got two pieces. The first piece is called Comfort Interrupted, a Pleasure Boy's Blues. Another man on his back for the bag, asking to be cash apped, attaching his Instagram, his OnlyFans, his ass. For the right stash, one could get it. Once back paid, listed, now gifted to any man with digits, he's yours for the evening. Fuck his spirit. His landlord don't want to hear it. Heaven has been waitlisted until he can pay his own rent and later for forgiveness, because the only sin is his hunger, which can be forgiven by showing more skin, more longing, more fishnet stocking, more grown man fetishes, more him. The more him he shows, the less him he knows. The more clothes he takes off, the more he becomes who he was as he shakes the thick meat. Feeds the lustful their own greed, crashes back his ass into their wall of flesh and need, lets the men sow their bad seed into his good ground. The peers have moved now. Now, the stroll walks for Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, log on now. Watch a man fuck for a buck and some loud. Watch him scream loud, releasing the demons in his being, hoping to be released in another man's semen need. Always be in the cage, he's desperate to escape his own human being. Crawl, body, breathing, heavy breathing, panting, moaning, howling, groaning, pleading, comfort boy pleasing. Body churning itself down to dust, trading flesh in for lust, hoping to get his weight up till his cell numbers drop, till small white blood cell count, till his heart stops from living at cost. Another boy bought at price, now living high at the morgue. So that's the first piece. And my next piece, I know right now, we're holding space for one another, and that's a form of holding each other right now. So I'm really appreciative for everybody for just holding space. And this piece is called A Poem for the Sad. I know, and know some more. It hurts, and hurts a lot. I know the hole that grows keeps growing like an open throat, threatening to swallow up what little faith you got. It is a hole unyielding in its hunger, gnawing at the fiber of everything you know not. This hurts, and hurts the most. I'm here. I know. Here, as we hold each other in the close succor of a universal embrace, my hand weaved into your hand, my body over your body, as we twin our spirits together a new cover. Build us all a new light from old light. Throw our hurts into the flames and let the ashes find their dance in the memory of our rejoicing praise here, now, where we know and know some more, we will be all right. The night is not forever. The day will soon arrive. Thank y'all for listening. Appreciate y'all.
Luis Pabon, that was beautiful. You have held space so many times for so many people, living and gone. And thank you so much. I just love it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you again.
Woo! Yes, the realness is just so powerful. I just love it. I just really, really do. And let them know how to follow you, please.
I am on Instagram, elmajesty1. I'll definitely put it in the chat.
Thank you, Luis Babong in Albany. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Okay, so now let's go with James, Mr. Speaker Sears.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Of course, I don't know what it is with everybody, but I got new shit.
I'm telling you, it's because, you know, the times of the winds, the gusts of change are bringing all these poems into your veins.
That's what we say. New shit, fresh out the cat's ass. Dehumanization. Dehumanization. Tactics, techniques, and procedures are used by the military to train individuals to fight and win wars, because defeating your enemy is how you survive a combat tour. The military used the procedure of dehumanization so the sixth commandment soldiers would break, making the enemy less than human and their life is easier to take. You brainwash service members so they don't think they are sinners. Trick them in order to make them more effective killers. Check it. The Indians were called savages and the Japanese were called Japs. The Muslims were ragheads, while the Germans were called Krauts. Once dehumanization is taught, it is all downhill. These soldiers are ready, willing, and able to score quick kills. Effective, efficient killing machines, yes, that is right. But what happens to these soldiers after the fight? You label Black men as 3/5 of a human and you diminish their worth. You make lynching legal, raping acceptable, and you uneducate them from birth. You turn soldiers to police and you use the media to frighten the masses. Listen and learn without looking at what I'm saying through rose-colored glasses. Cops don't always see Black and brown citizens at traffic stops. This is not political. They see rapists, drug dealers, thugs, immigrants, and unconvicted criminals. Now you know why the US leads the world in unarmed killings of people of color by cops. Understanding the police adopted procedure of dehumanization is the first step to correcting this so the unarmed shootings can stop. In peace.
Brilliant breakdown. That's like the psychology of how killers are created and what it is that we are facing in our society today. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker Sears. Powerful, so powerful. And you know firsthand, right? Because you've been in the military and
that's what we do.
So you know what it is. You're like speaking from the inside, knowing. So thank you so much for that. I always wondered about police officers, like why they don't do psychological screenings of these people that are going to be with weapons. Unbelievable. And then, yeah, that transition from military into police. My cousin did that, you know, and he lost his motherfucking mind. He did. My cousin lost it. I'm sorry. He did. He did. He would pull out his 9mm out the table on holiday. It was just crazy. Like it just got so crazy. And yeah, shit is real.
Thank you.
And how do we psychologically heal them from that, you know?
You do. You get recognized at first.
That's right. So thank you for creating the narrative of recognition for this to be seen and changed. Mr. Speaker Sears. Peace. Yes. Fabulous. Okay. So now let's listen to the poetic stylings of Michael Cindler.
Are we going to the easy listening station now with the poetic stylings?
Yes.
Yeah.
You feeling it? Are you feeling the flow?
I tell you, I'm feeling some heavy stuff right now, so I'm really glad to be here with my global poetic family, as this is really helping me out. I want to try and get a little Christmassy thing if I can, but right now I want to continue this whole new shit thing, and this is something that's a little bit different than what y'all are used to from me. It's called flying. He decided to learn to fly. He didn't want to learn how to pilot an airplane or a helicopter. He wanted to fly. He wasn't big on taking unnecessary risks, so he decided not to do anything stupid like throwing himself off a cliff. He would start slow and build up to it. He picked a spot and named it his launch pad. He swept it until it was a clean and tidy piece of earth with no pebbles or twigs to stick in his feet. He put on his lightest silk pajamas and called them his flight suit. Standing in the center of his launch pad, he took several deep breaths, and then he jumped. He jumped straight up, and then he came down in the same spot. He'd only jumped a couple of inches, but he'd left the ground. He took a few more deep breaths and then jumped again. He repeated the procedure again. After 3 jumps, he was happy with his efforts. He went about the rest of his daily routine, feeling better for having left the Earth's surface 3 times. The next day, he swept his launch pad clean and jumped 3 more times. The next day, he did the same. Day after day, he would jump 3 times and then carry on with whatever jobs and chores the day had in store for him. This went on for months. At one point, the launch pad had been jumped on so many times it had become a hole. He filled the hole with fresh dirt, tamped it down, and then did his daily jumps. Not a day went by when he did not jump, no matter the weather or his health or how busy he was with obligations. Each day he would put on his flight suit, go to the launch pad, and jump. Some in town laughed, some thought it was charming, and some wished him well when they saw him, offering their hopes that he would eventually fly. He didn't distinguish between these camps. After his daily jumps, he met all with a kind smile as he went about his daily chores. After the first year, some were inspired by his consistency and attitude and made their own launch pads. They too started to jump 3 times each morning before starting their daily grind. Some soon stopped and some kept up the practice. After 2 years, there were dozens of people starting their day jumping 3 times in the air as high as they could. One day, the man did not come into town. He did not come to town the next day either. The townspeople went to investigate. At his launch pad, they found his flight suit pajamas in a heap right at the very center. They looked all around, but the man was nowhere to be seen. Someone looked up and saw something in the air. Perhaps it was a large bird, and perhaps not. After that, everyone in the village jumped together every morning. After their jumping, they smiled ethereal smiles. They went about their day with a lightness in their step and a graceful air whenever they met one another. If one didn't know better, one might even think they were flying. And if I got time for a little shorty here, This is a true story. One of those, you know, when your roommate's kid is right at that age, and you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You know. It's great. So this is Confessions of an Ersatz Santa. Did I feel a bump? A movement on the roof? What could that scratching be? Perhaps a line of hoofs? Could that be a footstep nearing the chimney? Is someone coming down it to the living room, lit dimly with only blinking lights strung on the Christmas tree? Will he leave something there especially for me? I can't believe I'm up here. I hope I don't fall off this roof. Next year, he may not believe, but this year, I'm proof that what he's waited on all year has been worth being good. So I'm clanking round with sleigh bells and a 6-foot-long beam of wood. I'm bellowing some ho-ho-hos while his mother grabs the gifts and sticks them underneath the tree so stealthily and swift. Now down the ladder in the dark, ruse finish, off I sneak. Santa has now disappeared from his reindeers, not a peep. I know that it was him. My friends at school all lied. He's real now, I'm sure. It cannot be denied. I only wish my mom was awake to hear him come. Maybe she had the same experience long ago when she was young. Okay, happy holidays, y'all.
Yes, Michael Cindler. Anything, right, to keep that innocence alive for as long as we can. I love that. I know I've done that. Well, thank you for your sacrifice on that roof. Thank you for your poetry and for jumping and flying high. Michael Cindler. Thank you. Okay, so now let's hear what Catman Bill Katz is gonna bring to us tonight.
Unmute.
Oh, one more time.
There we go. Hi, Bruja.
Hola.
Nice to see you again.
Always a pleasure.
Before I launch into a brief stand-up and then a song, you know, I never received my my cherry popping. The first time that I you know, got in the lineup one Thursday, you were taking a break that week, and I thought I might implore you to give it a go.
Well, I absolutely, everyone, let's restore Bill Katz's cherry real quick. Let's restore his cherry so that we can pop this poetic cherry right here tonight. We going to pop the cherry, baby, pop the cherry, baby, pop the cherry, baby, pop, pop the cherry, baby, pop, pop, pop the cherry, baby, pop, pop the cherry, baby, pop. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, show some love to Bill Katz, Catman Bill.
Catman Bill, thank you so much. That just makes me feel so wanted. And it leads into the brief that I'm going to talk about, because I used to sometimes date older women. I don't anymore. Most of them have passed on. I don't even date my own age because they're even too old. An older gal and I once were having sex, and she asked me to turn over on my back at one evening. And believe me when I say, you don't have to ask twice. I laid back, and just as Ellie was about to give me a blowjob, she reached into her mouth and yanked out her dentures and tossed them on the bed. That scared me. Now, this could only happen with an older lover. I looked over at the dentures, then back at Ellie, then back at the dentures, back at Ellie. And at this moment, the dentures began talking to me. They said, look over here, asshole. Forget about Ellie. I have control of you now. And I thought, oh my God, the dentures were right. They had control of me. I soon asked Ellie to roll back on her back, and we assumed our traditional roles, and we had a good time for the rest of the night. So I'm going to leave it there before I get into too much trouble, but I guess one day I'll talk about once having dated a lesbian. And so now I'll roll this into a song called I'm Proud to Be a Yankee from Winooski. You know, this marks about 8 years since Sandy Hook Massacre. I'm from Connecticut. And after that incident occurred, I tried writing about something and nothing would come out. But about 5 months later, I had a first line to what turned out to be a song that barely references the tragedy, but this was what I came up with. We don't think the NRA are good guys. We don't need their guns in every square. Global warming means the ice on top is melting. And in New England, clam chowder is our fare. I'm proud to be a Yankee from Winooski, a place where even sailors have a squall. They still talk of Sandy worse than Gloria. And striped bass is still the biggest fish of all. We never say hello here if we don't know ya. The Texas style is not our cup of tea. We don't say, how y'all doing, then execute ya. But we are liberal and we really like our breed. I'm proud to be a Yankee from Winooski, a place where even sailors have a squall. They still talk of Sandy worse than Gloria. And striped bass is still the biggest fish of all. We like regulations for the bankers. Money is the root of all that's wrong. We don't think that companies are people. And carbon footprints here are smaller in our homes. I'm proud to be a Yankee from Winooski, a place where even sailors have a squall. They still talk of Sandy worse than Gloria. And striped bass is still the biggest fish of all. And striped bass is still the biggest fish of all. Thank you.
What a wonderful cherry, ladies and gentlemen. Catman, Bill wearing red and everything. That cherry just popped. You're in rare form tonight.
And a little tip to Merle Haggard and the parody that I took the song Okie from Muskogee from.
Oh, brilliant. And thank you for the denture story. You know, that was
Yeah, I know. I didn't look at it, see if anyone was laughing. So I don't know what I don't know if the Rotten Tomatoes were tossed or not, but
no, they were not. They were. You were. Look in the chat and you will see just how much you were loved. And
you know, I will tell you this: most of what I ever when I'm doing stand up, I rarely lie. I mean, you know, the truth is more crazier than a made up story. And that incident happened to me, and I always remember staring at those dentures. And you know, I mean, she was trying to do right, but scared the daylights out of me.
Sometimes it's better to just close your eyes and feel the sensation.
Yeah, think a dream of England.
And that striped bass, the biggest fish of all. Thank you so much, Bill. Much love to you.
Thank you.
Brilliant cherry tonight. Okay. And if you have not felt like we've been international enough, let's go all the way to India and hear the fabulous poetry of Unmesh Mohitkar.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
How are you? Hi, Bruha.
Hello. Great to see you.
Yeah, so today is my birthday and I decided to write a poem for myself.
Wait a minute. Today is your birthday and you wrote a new poem for the event. Well, first of all, we have to do a little happy birthday for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Umesh, Umesh. Happy birthday, Mr. Mohitkar. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Thank you. Thank you. You made my day. That is what I wanted. That is what I expected.
Well, I'm glad to deliver. Now you just have to make a wish and don't tell anybody what it is, and make sure you blow out the candle with positive intentions and gratitude that you've already received it.
Done. Thank you. Thank you. And here we go. Happy birthday to me. People love me a lot. Unfortunately, they never tell me. But I can see it in their eyes. Happy birthday to me. People hate me a lot. They never forget to tell me. But I love them back. Happy birthday to me. I love life. I never complain. It's not confidence, just disdain. Happy birthday to me. Big expectations, never-ending cycle. Today, ecstatic just being alive. Happy birthday to me. I laugh a lot and people laugh at me. I give it back. Happy birthday to me. Nowadays, I don't care what people think. In fact, they never cared or thought about me. Happy birthday to me. I like to help others. A lot of people have helped me. Helping is exhilarating. I want it more. Happy birthday to me. Used to expect getting love from everyone. Now I decided to love the world, the universe, and the aliens. Happy birthday to me. This birthday, I want to change myself. But when I see myself in the mirror, I don't recognize myself. Whom should I change now? Happy birthday to me. You must be thinking I'm a sad, mad poet. Yes, I am a poet, but I am not sad. There is no fun in being sad. I have done things right and wrong, lived life like a song. This is why I might live long. Happy birthday to me. Smile and laughter are my friends and will take me to the edge of the world and push me down from there just for the thrill to look back at the earth as an equal. Happy birthday to me. Living life on my own terms. Sometimes I did. Few times I succeeded, many a times I failed. But the smell of freedom, self-reliance is invigorating, intoxicating, is to die for. Happy birthday to me. They write poems about love and lovers. I write about loving myself. More love to me. Happy birthday to me. This is just a trailer, sneak peek. There is more to come. Stop. Think. Fall, rise, succeed, fail, laugh, cry. Cycle of life. Walk or run, never ignore the fun. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Thank you.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Happy birthday to you is right.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much, friends. Thanks a lot.
You are
I loved
so
it.
loved all around the world. You can see in the chat everybody's response. You're so brilliant. And I'm just so grateful that you were born and that your gift is shared with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May your grandest wish come true.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. You made my day. Thanks a lot. I will remember this always. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks.
Un mesh mojitca, ladies and gentlemen. Cumpleaños feliz. Te deseamos a ti. Cumpleaños feliz. May your grandest wish come true. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So, how wonderful is that we can mourn the passing of people, celebrate the births of people, talk about dentures on a hotel bed. I mean, my God, the diversity. We give you all everything, everything. We have chestnuts roasting on open fires. We've got milk all over from Marissa. It's just, it's delicious. So now, let's see where we go now with the withdrawn. Where would the withdrawn take us? He be doing some freaky stuff on his IG. You need to follow him.
Oh man, how are you?
I'm great. How are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm good. I didn't finish the New York Christmas poem. I'm sad, but I'm gonna post it and tag you on it. But I do want to rap for y'all today on some freaky shit. So this is for my people from Brooklyn, even though I'm from Manhattan. I wrote a piece over. Well, I wrote it after Nicki Minaj's version of Biggie's version came out. It's called Middle/High School Dreams. And credits to Biggie on the one line where he mentions Daddy Dick, because that's not mine, but I mentioned it still. All right. Wait, let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me talk with the beat in the background? Perfect. Okay. I'm looking for a girl I could make my wifey. Fuck that. I just wanna bust my nut and leave. I should've fucked Nicole at 12 when I had the chance, but I'd rather pipe her sister cause she had the fatter ass. And Crystal, you always had the biggest tits. I just wanna make them as purple as your lips. K dated my guy, so it might be awkward, but I might hit you up and give you a daughter. Niggas really wanna call her Ojojo, but one of them had little hair, so if you pull it's a no-no. It was short, blame me for wanting something to pull. Hey, yo, Maddie, you ain't stick around so we could fuck the last day of school. And I'm disappointed in you. So now it's on to the next. I would've loved to fuck V, but I heard her walls are stretched. But it probably doesn't matter, cause I still nut fast. Batista, it should've been me with jerking off in class. And someone tell my ex I moved on to another. Cause this bitch Monica used to make out with her brother. And I don't know what type of shit she was on. But Olivia had those tits I would love to nut on. Unique in the yearbook right next to me. Camila, I put fire in that pussy. Caitlyn talking about how she not cute. I would've shot my shot if I was cute. She came to cheat on her man, but that night was not supposed to happen. Bree had dreams of fucking me in the sheets, but it's a shame we couldn't make her fantasies reality. Yo, Anna, you tall as fuck. You need a tall dick to show you up. She hitting up the gym and she getting real thick. Kayla look good. I suck on her daddy dick. No offense to you, cause I love your mom. And Steven, I would still fuck your mom. I really miss when you would grab a hold of my shit. But now on IG Chloe, you be looking bad as shit. Alexis, you look like you could fuck. Like you not afraid of digging that you like it rough. Like I can hit it one time and I say that's enough. Cause the pussy too good, I gotta savor it. I move on to Sierra, that's my actual ex. You broke my heart, I break your bed and we can leave it at that. Now Rosie over here talking that Dominican shit. I only wanna hear her gagging with them sexy ass lips. I know I gotta chill, but I don't give a fuck if I impregnate Neville. She could be my woman, I could be her co. We could have our own and start our dream bill. Blue, she thought she was fly. I nut in her eye and wreck up her sight and make Mellow scream cause we heard she could sing. If you look in Amber's old phone, you might find my destiny. I wish you the best, but don't you tell Kendry that that child isn't his. You know, I'm just kidding. There's nothing going on. I like to joke around a lot. I get it from my mom. Who have I not mentioned? How could I forget about Big Butt, Vanessa, Angela, Lisbeth, Juliana, Apple, Snapple, Cat, Fact? I didn't fuck them, but I want to. Hey, thank you.
Man, the Withdrawn. For the name, like a name like Withdrawn, you want to fuck a lot of people.
Oh man, I love y'all so much, man. My heart.
Love you too. Oh my goodness, that was. Yo, Marissa, you was feeling that, right? Marissa, you was feeling that flow. I love like the equal opportunity and parental fucking. I was like, oh, okay. Pop could get it, but mom could get it.
Right.
Well, thank you for that. Let everybody know how to follow you.
Thank you. Y'all can follow me at The Withdrawn on IG, thewithdrawn.com. Much love to y'all. Stay safe. Happy holidays. And no place I'd rather be but here. Thank you.
Thank you. So grateful for you. Yes. To that Biggie beat. Wow. Alexa, you could get it, but you're mad tall. I'm really curious about how Greg Michaels is going to take over from here. He's I believe like our urban cowboy, was it? Remind me, Greg.
Urban cowboy poet. All three.
There it is, our urban cowboy poet.
Yes. I am the urban cowboy poet, and now you are in luck. I'll get a whole poem without saying fuck.
Hey! All right, we're in good hands. Okay. Take it away.
This urban legend has many versions going back to like 1910, but I took the most fanciful version I could find and I fancified it a little more. Best Dressed Kangaroo. A high scout fashion magazine set a team to the bush down under. The ideas they come up with really make you start to wonder. For an odd location to put on a fashion shoot, modeling clothes amidst some wallaby, wombat, and bandicoot. Their 4x4s were caravanning through their outback. There was a Jeep Cherokee in the lead. Had something hard like whack. The models in the RV were awakened from their sleep. They climbed out to find the kangaroo lying still beside the Jeep. Claude, the photographer, said, "Look, I got an ID. Let's prop up that dead kangaroo against that old gum tree." He brought out a pile of clothes with the help of all the girls. They dressed the roo in basic black with a simple strand of pearls. The models were delighted that they found a dress her size. All the girls together cried, "Time to accessorize." They knew there were no high heels that would fit on kangaroos. They searched the RV high and low, but they couldn't find clown shoes. Claude's own Gucci jacket completed the stylish look. He'd feature the roo in a sidebar in the next month's book. They dressed her like a femme fatale in a James Bond magazine spread. Only problem was this animal was shaken, not dead. That mama kangaroo sprang up and shot off like a rocket. The Joey riding in her pocket, in her pouch went rifling through Claude's pocket. The little critter swallowed the photographer's car keys, his passport, plane tickets, rolls of film went floating on the breeze. Claude chased her in the Australian heat till he was tuckered out. 100 degrees just weren't his idea of a walkabout. The models lingered outside long enough to get a tan. Then they retired to sip cocktails in their air-conditioned van. That long-tailed beast went leaping home dressed in the latest fashion. Her reflection in a billabong showed her that she looks smashing. When she meets with her marsupial pals, high style might just be catchy. Every female roo will want a pouch made by Versace. The modeling session was a bust. It was time to go. The photog was exhausted, besides the minibar was low. And the world's best dressed kangaroo was never again seen till she showed up on the cover of a rival magazine. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Greg. Michael's the urban cowboy poet. Thank you so much.
Y buenas noches y feliz Navidad.
Muchas gracias y buenas noches. Let them know cómo seguirte, si tiene any kind of social media, or do we send you?
Urban Cowboy Poetry on Facebook or YouTube.
All
Urban
right.
Cowboy Poetry.
Urban Cowboy Poetry, Facebook or YouTube.
Yes.
Check him out. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now let's listen to the poetic stylings of one of our very own from the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Show some love to Emily Cordes.
Can you unmute me? Wait, okay, I'm unmuted. Sorry.
Hi, Emily.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Good to see you. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm just kind of, doing my thing, hanging in there. So yeah, this was inspired by I was able to go home to my hometown for Thanksgiving this year, and I wrote a little something. It's called Thanksgiving at My Mother's Grave. This year we're all torn asunder, scrapped and gutted like the turkey, huddled in our tiny clusters, scared to hold our loved ones closer as the carrion birds pass over, and you scattered most of all. Your books on other shelves, your hazel eyes in a stranger's head, and your voice echoing in mine. As I stand here steps away from the condo you once treasured, from the place where your heart splintered, 3 years back and almost 10 years to the day, when careless hands discarded it, coincidence or omen, bestowing cracks that never fully healed. If I could, I'd be like Isis, turn myself into a kite bird, search the world for each lost fragment, breathe a spell to bring you back. But like her, my magic falters, lacking parts to give you life as you gave it me 34 years, 2 weeks prior. Still, I try to resurrect you, my words clumsy incantations, rearranging letters like the Scrabble tiles from our last game, forgetting you can't play for keeps and no one's keeping score. But Mom, here's what I'm learning. Spirits don't die, they diffuse, and the winds scatter their essence to take root like seeds within us. And the birds appear unbidden, emissaries of our heroes, as their songs carry the secrets to resuscitate us all. And the dry leaves swirled around us will be blossoms by your birthday, and one day we'll breathe together unafraid. So I press my forehead to the stone, resume the conversation, because I know love never ends, it just transforms. Thank you.
That was beautiful. A poem to your mommy in heaven. Thank you so much for that. It's so true. And, I wish people knew that more, about spirit. So thank you for putting it into words. Emily Cordes from the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I can't wait till we're working together in person.
I actually, this is kind of old news. I actually am working somewhere new since September, but I'm still keeping in the community here. I'm still, coming reading on the mic. I love this place. I love the people. I'm still staying with it.
Oh, thank you. Well, wherever you go, they're lucky to have you. I tell you that much. Thank you so much for still being with us and for everything that you've done for all of us. Thank you.
Much love. Thank you guys so much.
Love and happy holidays to you no matter what.
Happy holidays.
Okay. Wow, man. How things change. That's why we have to treasure the moments that we have. And this moment is all that we have. And so now let's see what Matthew Marroquin brings to this moment. Is he here?
It's okay because Who knows? Maybe I'll like try to get that internship over there in Neo. So once COVID's over.
Yeah, I saw that you were in
trade one for another
class. Oh.
In the which one? Oh yeah. But I got a couple pieces, new stuff too. I haven't been back in so long because I haven't been able to get in because I'm always like driving or something when the sign-up's happening and the time zones doesn't always work and anyways.
You made it happen and have 3 new shits. I think that's a record-breaking new shit. So let's get into it.
All right. Oh my, that one just deleted. Okay. First 2 are kind of short. They're all pretty short, so if I can work this, give me like 1 second.
So while he's finding his poetry, I saw him taking the Reggie Gaines's class. Tomorrow at noon, there is going to be a chat with me and Reggie Gaines speaking on our theater experience. Follow me at La Bruja NYC and I'll be posting up that flyer. I don't have the information right at hand. I might put it in the chat in a little while, but tomorrow at noon, me and Reggie Gaines. It's so amazing. Reggie Gaines is just a fabulous teacher in theater.
Reggie's great, guys. You guys gotta go. Reggie's like, he just starts talking and you're just like, what's this guy talking about? Next, you know, like he starts like bringing it all together. I'm like, wow, this is super insightful. Like, how did this happen? Yeah, I'm a theater major, so like, I love all this like theater stuff about it. Okay, first one, haiku. It's called Twigs for a Tree. Does Santa still leave presents for those of us who got no place called home? All right. Next one, I just wrote this like not too long ago about this milk jug, which is a glass milk jug, 1 quart. I've got that up for it because I just wrote it. I'm held between lips and sometimes I get a little bit of tongue. It feels weird, but that's okay. I've grown to like it. Wait, maybe? Stockholm Syndrome? I'm filled to the cap with liquids. I never give consent. They just fill me right up. It jiggles inside me and sometimes goes rotten. I'm emptied, left dehydrated, and put out front, or filled with other liquids and impaled with a thorn like stems. Then I'm left on the nightstand. I believe the one who impaled me with the stems is impaling another on the bed, but the stems inside of me are longer than their stem and stays inside of me for longer. Heated and molded and bended and made all pretty like only to be dropped and broken by a little kid. I travel from the floor to the toddler's foot to the ER napkins on surgical tables, dumped in red sacks only to wind up in a fish's belly. I can never get away from going in between lips, can I? I guess at least now I'm doing the impaling instead. Better than feet. But I was once big, but now I'm small. Once wanted, but now I'm dangerous. I guess that's the life of a glass milk jug. All right. Last one. It's called a bot poem. Just learned about these. It's called Pupusa de Queso. For those of you who don't know what that is, look it up. They're amazing. Food of my people. Anyways, I walk among them like a vampire in daylight, a werewolf during the full moon festivals, stairs slithering across my skin, my caramel melting from the heat. Will I ever be one of them? Mi piel de caramelo is diferente compared to their snow. No brown marbles in their heads or black yarn from their cuerpos. Tongues that don't sound like the free are torn from those who dare use its magic. Like I am the root of all of Salem's problems. Will I ever be one of them? Cutting off my tongue and trading it with theirs, killing off all the pigment in my hair, and knowing the answers to all 128 citizenship questions is not enough for a cocoa powder person like me. Will I ever be one of them? Thank you.
Matthew Marroquin, a theater major doing his thing.
Follow me on Instagram, Vida_Marroquin.
Fabulous. I love it. I love your energy. I love your creativity. You're doing it. You're doing it. And an internship at the New Eurekan would be amazing. And if not, you can intern for me. No, but so tomorrow is gonna happen at howlround.com. I just posted it in the chat. It is howlround.com/happenings/live streaming -conversation-segal-talks-Reggie Gaines and Caridad de la Luz. If that's not enough for you, but howlround, HOWLROUND.com. Check it out. Happenings. That's what's happening tomorrow at noon. And then Saturday is the Miguelabration. We're going to celebrate Miguel Algarin's life from like 4 p.m. It starts in New York City time. I think it's going to go on to like 8 p.m. So like 4 hours of like star-studded poets of over the times and generations, and it's just going to be amazing. So look at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe page for those things right there. Yes, yes, yes. And follow Matthew Maroking, man, because he's doing great things. I love it. Okay, so now let's listen to Dane Ince.
Okay, yes.
Mhm.
All right, let me get
Our grunge poet, our hardcore, bringing you red light district meets. I don't know. Tell me, what are we meeting?
well, safe words. But first, we're going to start with a little nagging. I just love women. They leave me, and I cry. I'm not pretty. I cannot cook, keep a house or a home. I try. I demand too much, nagging to be kissed and kissed, stroked and talked to for hours till I'm wet and weak, hot for you to take me. You can make me come hard with a look or a lick. I think I now know what my kink is. The woman inside me needs a woman whose man inside her is queer for me. Safe word. Who knew wicked wounds would wind up tight, tied Belgian lace collar gags rushing downhill into tight turns, knots hard to untie, as you asked, or was it begging? The alpine discipline, if you like, but we know in the life I prefer if you didn't like it. It's not malicious. I enjoy the look on your face. Priceless. You rushing to please me, shoeless, solemn, naked in the snow. If I took delight in your tragedy, your situation, red bottom pulse, but that's not misfortune. No, you asked me. You asked for it. Let's be clear about how all of this started. Let's be clear on the situation. This is not Schadenfreude. No, not when you want it. Vaporizer is the safe word. Winston and Lucy. Winston has a hearing problem. Lucy whispers again more loudly, fuck me, you goofy clown. Timid shoes scatter like rainstorms, get naked, disrobed, disorderly, accidentally all over the floor, flooded, convalescent cloud, leaks snowflakes, topping chocolate molds, grateful in garnish, graceful to bow to royalty, the weasel twitched. Just for wicked kicks, twisted bastard licks, hangover headache will not recede in the glare of proprietary morning. Bright diamond volcano lava heats up. See the snowstorm forming. Whistles, panty nipples suck, euphonious ejaculation. Burroughs calls it coming like a choir of singing angels. Deafening dolls scream, rouge, ecstatic lip gloss, glitter, Belgian lace collar, twist the bonds tight, twice as tight. The broken edge are broken where light bends, the halo rainbow cocktails wince. Locomotives pump black coal cloaking dust smoke, terracotta chimneys, and the children rhymes laugh like sober judges at death sentence puns, spilling sequins for salvation in a modern debtor's prison, smoke glazed eyes, coffee color brown topaz, seduction. Yes, you want it. I want it. Breathe the Green Valley vistas, jungle in a concrete box, spotlight on feet, on fingertips, dancing. Tuesday is a work day. We rebel. Love keeps our hearts young. Filigree horse again. Travel guide vacation. Wet. Wrong turn in Venice. Wisconsin serves sea bass. We eat our fill dining, sitting on willow wood chairs. She is too pregnant. Twin ideas fight to see who will leave mama first. The look of love. All we need to guide on, glide on all our days, no feet painfully falling to earth. Winston and Lucy laugh, they glide, not walk. This sexy romance with gravity. Thank you.
Dane the Iceman Ince. Yes. You know, it's really romantic when somebody says, fuck me, you goofy clown. I mean, that's fucking... That makes me want to show you my socks. Yes, man. That's when you get goofy on their ass. I love it. Thank you so much. Let them know how to follow you.
Yes, 2019 DMI at Insta.
All right. Dane, thank you so much for that. Erotic nipple explosion. Okay, now, last week we were mourning alongside Joski C. Today, let's just hold space for Joski and see what he needs. One more time.
Bruja, hola.
Hola, Joski. How are you?
I'm good, and thank you so much for remembering. And
of course. You matter to us. Are you kidding? We love you. Of course, we were concerned. I was concerned. So I'm so happy that you're here with us.
Thank you so much. You know what? Christina and I passed an anniversary right in the middle of all this election shit, and all the energy going towards that. But we've been together 29 years. It's been a beautiful thing. And I want to sing something for her, if I may. And this is an old song, but it's still true. I have tried to take time for all these changes I've been trying to see from every different view. I have lived my life following these rainbows, but they all lead to you. Though all this pain falls down like rain, sometimes it wants to drown me. Until I feel your warm light shining through. And it's surreal how fine I feel with your arms all around me. You'll always find me coming home to you. I've been down to a place where lonely sorrow painted on my soul in shades of gray and blue. I've come round, now it's time for me to rearrange my life, join with you. And I suppose no one knows this love that's grown between us. feels deeper than the deepest ocean blue. And standing here today, I swear I'll let nothing come between us. You'll always find me coming home to you. Setting sun, find you rising like an evening star, reflecting light in every rainbow hue, shining on through the darkness till dawn finds me in your arms. I love you, though still I play some songs that may remember some hard living, searching for what's real and what is true. I'll stay amazed through all my days at this gift that I've been given. 'Cause following these rainbows, I found you.
Years of love, Joski C and Christine. That was such a beautiful song, Joski.
Well, thank you, Bruja. Yeah, you know, my bride is just unbelievable. She's an amazing human being in so many ways. So thank you for letting me share that.
Oh, that's so great. We celebrate your love with you. Such a beautiful example. And Marissa wants to know, you know, what man is going to write a song like that about her with the withdrawn is saying, who could not love you, Joski? Who could not love you? And the withdrawn, he'll love both of you. You already know how he feels.
I already know. We'll be in a long line, though. I know that, too.
Joski C, much love to you. Always, always. Que viva el amor. Que viva.
Thank you so much.
Fabulous. So beautiful. He needs a record deal. We already know, right? He's just, we're so lucky to have him. So, so lucky. And now let's see what Ron Trankler is going to bring to us. Sometimes he does poetry. Sometimes he does comedy. Sometimes he does commentary. Let's see what's good. Mr. Trankler. Asking to unmute, and let's see.
I was waiting for the unmute. Yeah, thank you. Today I'm going to do poetry. Sorry to disappoint you.
No disappointment at all. I'm always thrilled with whatever it is that you bring to us.
Well, I appreciate very kind words, and I'm looking forward to the New Year's Eve celebration, you know, when we'll see each other. And this Saturday at 4 p.m., Miguel Celebration, you know, it's wonderful. And I think some of us were asking, I saw your Facebook event. It's going to be streaming on Facebook and hopefully on YouTube as well, you know, New Rican Post Cafe.
Usually that's how, usually it'll stream on both. Don't quote me. We're going to have to look into it because I'm so terrible with those types of details, but that's usually how we roll. But thank you so much for asking. And
no problem.
I'm going to be on the later part of the bill. So I'm like kind of in the 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. bracket, just so you know. Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Well, I'll try to be there at 4, you know, so that way, you know, we'll get to see everyone else. Thank you, Labua. And before I forget, after my poem, I'm going to post it in the chat after my poem. This Sunday, I'll be co-hosting an end of the year poetry and story reading. And two wonderful poets from here, Nick Paleologos, and by Sunday I'm going to try to pronounce your name correctly. And right after me, James Dean Rivera. Both of them are featured readers, and it's a free event. I'll put the event right after I'm done, so please come and join us. So here we go. It is new SHIT, and as you can tell, I don't like to say bad words, and I heard Matthew saying new stuff, so I'm going to say the friendly, the peachy version. This is new stuff. I wrote it this morning. Okay, here we go. Dear Lord, please let me celebrate the holidays without losing more friends and family. Don't you think I and we have experienced enough pain and hurt and agony? Dear Lord, please make this year come to an end. Make it quit. I pray that we will all stop the virus to transmit. Dear Lord, please order the last knucklehead to wear a mask on their face. I pray you beat their senses and put them into place. Dear Lord, lock away those who refuse to protect the rest. Don't let them out to us until they really are back at their best. Dear Lord, I pray the vaccine will be safe and protect all on everyone, so we can finally get healthy, step out, and see again the sun. Dear Lord, I know we disrespected nature, we disrespected people, we did all the bad stuff. Don't you think we've learned our lesson? 1 year is really enough. Dear Lord, after the pandemic ends, don't let us forget how much we appreciated fresh air and walks in the local park during quarantine. Also, don't let us forget how long we stood in line for groceries. Don't let us underappreciate store workers again. Dear Lord, I pray the politicians pay teachers double what they earn, because we now all know the strength it takes to remotely learn. Dear Lord, next year, please let me return to East 3rd Street to see my new friends from the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Please let me hug them. Let me tell them how much I appreciate them, if they may. Dear Lord, please allow us to journey into a better new year. I don't want 2021 to give us any more fear. Dear Lord, please allow us to continue to live. No more sick, no more disease. I beg you, dear Lord, I pray to you. Please, please, please. The end.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you for that prayer.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You know, we have to, in order to fulfill those wishes, we have to be able to feel gratitude for the moment now, you know, and that'll attract that and make those things happen. There's so much power in gratitude. So I'm just grateful for this moment, and let it be so. Thank you, Ron. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so now let's see what James Dean Rivera is going to share with us tonight. Ooh, let's unmute. There you go.
I didn't realize I wasn't already unmuted. Sorry about that. Yes, I was saying, yes, I'd like to share one poem with y'all from my new book, Deep Thoughts. This is my new book right here, and it's called Curvaceous Woman. And here we go. What you call fat, I call curvaceous, more to love and thick in the right places. They hold such big personalities. God created thick women accordingly. thick thighs that mesmerize, curves that hypnotize, thick in the waist and ass all over the place. Most thick women are never insecure. They know us men love them for sure. For us, a skinny woman never does the trick. We get turned on by a woman that's thick. There's no use in fat shaming. The negativity that you're aiming, they'll laugh and laugh at your bony ass. Some of them will even steal your man. I love thick women always. Skinny women, I'm never satisfied, no way. I'm glad my lady is thick and curvaceous. She is the love of my life, thank goodness gracious. And that's Curvaceous Woman, everybody, which you can get on Amazon, available since last week. And I also have my other book, Words from the Heart, available on Amazon as well.
All right.
Yes.
I thought there was more.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
And you can also find me on Instagram at the Dean of Poetry, my YouTube channel, the Dean of Poetry as well.
Dean of Poetry, thank you so much. Your ode to curvaceous women. Yeah, that was cool. You know, we're having a meeting, me and the Skinny Bitch Society over here. We're having a fucking meeting.
No. Like that, no.
I'm kidding. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I love it all. I love human beings all across the board. And thank you, James. Thank you. Get his book, follow, support him. And yes, enjoy it all. Okay, so now let's see what's good and go with Bill Elkins. Let's listen to music from Bill Elkins. He always brings us a nice tune.
How are you, La Bruja?
I'm well. How are you, Bill?
I'm just peachy keen. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, I'd like to do a cover song, "Catch the Wind" by Donovan. It's a beautiful song. It's probably before a lot of people's time, but he was like the Bob Dylan equivalent in the UK back in the 60s. Anyway, I hope you like it. Here it is. In the chilly hours and minutes of uncertainty, I want to be in the warm hold of your love and mine. To feel you all around me and to take your hand along the sand. But I may as well try and catch the wind. When sundown pales the sky, I wanna hide a while behind your smile. And everywhere I look, your eyes I'd find. For me to love you now, 'twould be the sweetest thing, 'twould make me sing. But I may as well try and catch the wind. Dee 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 dee. When rain has hung the leaves with tears, I want you near to kill my fears, to help me to leave all my blues behind. For standing in your heart is where I want to be and long to be. But I may as well try and catch the wind. But I may as well try and catch the wind. But I may as well try and catch the wind. Thank you.
Phil Elkins. Lovely cover, as always. Bringing just lovely music to us and good vibes always. Thank you, Phil Elkins out in Cali.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Happy holidays, everybody.
thank you. Happy holidays. Okay, so Lush Cosmetics, aka Sam Park, ladies and gentlemen, show some love for Sam Park.
Hello.
Hi there.
How are you doing tonight?
Doing great. Happy to be here. Happy to see you. What you gonna bring to us tonight?
Man, I also have new shit for y'all. Yeah, just to keep the party going. The first piece is going to be a haiku, and the second is not. So the first piece is going to be temptation. We are moths to flame. Just one last touch will lead to our blissful demise. Righty. And then the second poem is going to be hand washing. I wash my hands of you, standing at the sink, staring into the reflection of the faucet, hot water, cold water, warmth. I lather a soap of lavender, eucalyptus, and sage. Lavender to prepare and bring balance. Eucalyptus to relieve the pain, and sage to cleanse the presence. I wash my hands of you. The froth and the fragrance coax me, blinding my nose from your scent. Our memories, once coated in shea butter, now melt under the soft force of water and a milky lather. Bubbles like clouds trick the eyes as I know I'm watching bacterial disappointment disintegrate into nothing but a clean sink, clean hands. I wash my hands of you. At one point, my defenses were merely aggressions since I had no cause for attack, but you are a germ attacking me, and still 0.001% of you stays on my skin. I wash again to ensure that the poison of you, the vice of you, can no longer threaten temptation in me. I wash my hands of you. I caress a fresh cotton towel, and my true fingerprint is restored and polished to dryness, to the familiar matteness on my skin before you first touched it, cold, arid, kindred, and free to be dirtied by different dust. I wash my hands of you. Though my body is cleansed, my memory whispers, I miss you already. My thumbs polish the gleam of a bloodstone, grasping the grounding purification I once gave to you, but now I give to myself. I let go so my hands are free and open to receive something else, something better. I've washed my hands of you. Thank you.
Ooh, she washed, she sanitized, she saged, she smudged. She was like,
Yeah,
"Wow."
not today.
Sam Park, ladies and gentlemen, let them know how to follow you, sweetheart, please.
Yes. So y'all can find me on Instagram at Zaddy_beats. That's ZADDY_beats. I am a poet and a playlist curator on Spotify. So I'll slide all that information in the chat. But thank you so much for hosting, and I hope everyone has a safe and happy holiday.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Makeup, music, poetry. What you want? What more you want? Yes, bringing it. bringing it. Thank you, sweetheart. Happy holidays. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and now our final performer, poet. Let's show some love for Elise Versela.
Hello, everyone.
Elise, thank you so much
Can
for
y'all
your card. I received it and you are just so thoughtful. Thank you.
Can everyone hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I have a Christmas poem for all of you. It's called the Christmas Eve Prayer. In the snow-heavy gray that covers the moon like a gouache painting, that amber streetlight on Cedar Drive twinkles like Christmas lights, like a North Star followed by wise men who knew kings were made for more than conquering. On this night, an angel rang out that hope was born again. And with each unwrapping and pulled ribbon from the box of my body, I believe. I delight that all is silent after a snow, and for once these city sidewalks feel exactly like home. And the people I greet are no longer stranger or shadow or haunted by the traumas of this passing year. I look upon the face of my neighbor and hold the holiness of a child, seeing dazzling silver tinsel for the first time. These eyes are washed anew by my broken-hearted tears, and the halls of my cathedral are bathed warm by the candlelight, lit for my saints and patrons to shine down above me. I unstitch the year like yarn from a sweater she once crocheted, give myself to the glow of that Christmas tree, how these branches like my own two arms envelop me, pull me closely in and proclaim that herald angel's prayer, how faithfully you love thee. Each gift you know to be a day, here in this body, to leave footprints in the snow. What a gospel, the warbling from cardinal throats. And I sing, yes, I sing in their choir. I have never sang of my own Savior. I have never once thought to hold my own hand, to look up and taste the precipitation of my tears condensed, given back to me as something brand new and solid, that I could become the weather, that I could bury myself knee-deep, plant my seeds for the spring, hallelujah triumphant for the dormant grave that holds so much more than ghosts of Christmas past. This present is a future I look forward for, towards that heavy gray that covers the moon. Look how she peeks out smiling this Christmas Eve from behind the clouds. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Elise Versela, thank you. What a lovely
Thank you, guys.
to end this session tonight. Let them know where to follow you. If there's anything else you want to say to close out.
Yes, you guys can follow me on Instagram, Elise0x, and my website, eliseversela.com. I've got books for sale. New books should be out this month, fingers crossed.
Wonderful. Creating. That is beautiful. Support Elise, support each other, support me. I want to shout out DG Clearing, The Withdrawn, Sehi Joe, Sam Park, Rosalind Diaz, Ron, Ray Jane, Unmesh, Portia, Poetaku, Midnight, Paola, Nick, Nelson, Luis, Marissa, Kiara, Joski, Christine, Gia, Doman, Jennifer, Rose Gold, James Sears, Greg Michael, our urban cowboy poet, Generalissimo, Georgia, thank you. Elemental the poet, I know you've been trying to get on here. We're going to get you on here. We're going to figure this out. We may not be together for Christmas Eve, but we will be together in spirit. And for the new year, let's bring it in together if you're down for that. I hope Advocate of Words is going to be co-hosting with me. I'm pretty sure that's what the deal is. It's going to be me, an advocate, and you bringing in 2021. We're going to leave 2020 behind like, and we're going to bring with light and love 2021 together with all the magic and all the power and all the sage and all that good stuff. Crystal healing, magic, Age of Aquarius vibe, love, beauty, everything. And a little dirty, naughty list Marissa Prada flavor with a little slash of Withdrawn. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of this, little bit of that. It's going to be great. We're going to do all the dirty words for Ron because he doesn't say bad words. Thank you for the reindeer antlers, DG. Thank you guys for everything, for the love. Joski C and Christine celebrating all those years of love together. Those are my dream goals. My dream goals of love. And like I said, follow me. If you send a donation to my Venmo at La Bruja NYC or my PayPal, I'll send you like my postcards and stickers. I've got pens. I got my Bruja mask. Yes, all of that. And I be saging these too and oiling them and blessing them before I send them to you so that they have good Bruja vibes on them. Holla at me. Follow me. Follow the New Eurekan. Let's see what we do if you come through tomorrow for me and Reggie Gaines, or if you come through on Saturday for the Miguelabration, our founding father celebration of life with all these amazing poets. I mean, crazy. But thank you. Thank you. I want to shout out Chris, who's been working the board all night tonight, and Advocate of Words, who popped in, who I absolutely love. We love hosting you. We love being with you. We love you. I love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. See you soon, my lovelies, my pandemic poets. Adieu.